We are currently located in Northern Virginia in the city of Manassas, and we're at the Occoquan Watershed Monitoring Laboratory there, which is run by Virginia Tech, the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Basically, our testing has been going on for the past 50 years to support that indirect potable reuse effort. Involves taking water samples in the reservoir itself. And basically what we do there is we collect surface and bottom samples at 7 locations in the reservoir and do what's called conductivity, temperature, depth profiles to make sure that we understand what's going on with the reservoir's sort of stratification.
We also do turbidity, which is another way to kind of determine the amount of clarity in the water. So now, drop a few drops of this in here. Sometimes it could take a while, as I'm looking for that blue to turn back to clear, or at least what color the water was.
In addition, we monitor what's coming into the reservoir from the 2 main tributaries, which is the Occoquan River and Bull Run. And I mentioned a moment ago that Bull Run receives the treated wastewater from UOSA, and so we have sampling stations upstream and downstream of UOSA and a bunch of different sampling stations within the Occoquan River watershed as well.
Now I'm collecting a chlorophyll sample, and I run 100 mils of water through this filter, and then we collect the filter, put it in a petri dish, and take it back to the lab.
So what this does is it's continuously pulling water from the stream into the gas exchanger, and this tube sucks the gas from the exchanger into the RAD7. And it operates continuously, so after every 15 minutes it will give us the average concentration of radon that is found in the stream.
We're focusing on salt in our project, which doesn't have a state or federal threshold when water is going through a water treatment plant. And we're seeing, especially along urbanization, that salt is becoming more and more prevalent, and we're assessing the harm or potential harm that could have for the environment and also public consumption when they drink their drinking water.
One of the challenges a lot of the water supplies and ecosystems, freshwater ecosystems around the mid-Atlantic and Northeast are facing is rising salinity. And that salinity is really a signal of human presence. So it's a lot of cool research we can do, but in the end, it's really up to the stakeholders and the members of the community to do what they need to do to protect this water supply.